Afrobeat news. Asake's four-star stop in the UK was a complete and utter disaster. Now, if you think that what happened in Maryland in one of Asake's tour stop in the US was bad, trust me, this one was way worse. Now, for those that don't really remember what happened at the Maryland show, let me remind you how bad it was at the Maryland show. Asake arrived hours late for the show. Fans were really not feeling that, first of all. Then you had an inexperienced security guard at the show that somehow, some way misplaced his gun right on duty at the spot, thereby leading to Asake abruptly leaving the show in fear of some kind of mass shooting at that spot. And yeah, that was how bad it was. But all of that doesn't really compare to the catastrophe that this show was. This show was so bad that it was plagued with problems from the start to the end of the show. From fans having to queue out for hours just to get into the show, to fans having to wait hours just to get to see Asake, to fans having to deal with Asake come on stage and then give a rather underwhelming performance, to there not being any security on site at the show, to a stampede happening as a result of people being jam-packed in this very small arena, and to the general disregards for people's life and safety at this particular event by the show organizers. To say all of this sum to an epic failure of an event would be absolutely right. And with this being the second show so far in Asake's tour that have gone terribly wrong, it's fair to say that Asake is slowly but definitely garnering a reputation of just working with the worst of the worst show organizers. Now, it's clear to see that the show organizers did not do a good enough job in putting this show together. I mean, even Asake himself had to come out and excuse his tardiness on being the result of the show organizers failing to pick him up on time. And then you look at things that happen with there being no security guard. It is obvious that if you had worked with the proper organizers, they probably would have had that sorted out. And also with the fact that it was overcrowding, it is very clear that these organizers prioritized money over his fans. And the fact that Asake worked with these people is putting a very, very bad dent on his reputation. And I want this to be clear because at the end of the day, nobody is going to remember the show organizers. Nobody is going to care about his team or show organizers in the next couple of weeks or months. What people will remember is that Asake put forward a bad show. The Maryland thing is still, hovering over his head, and now you have this one. 2 shows so far that have gone terribly wrong. So guys, without more talk on my part, I'm going to show you guys a series of clips of events that happened at the show. From fans queuing up for hours to enter into the venue, to fans booing Asake when he arrived late at the show, to some highlights from Asake's performance, to there being some form of a stampede going on there that led to several fainting and in fact some people getting injured. It was just a whole mess of an event. So guys, without much talk, roll it.
Audience did Asake before he came on stage.
Hold on. Chill. And listen, I got Asake by the stage right now. And if you ain't gonna Alright, Birmingham. Alright, hold on. Let me talk to you quick. 1 second. Asake is ready to come on right now. Alright, Asake. Alright, let's get some strings. Let's go.
We're in like a pack of sardines and we cannot escape, we cannot come out.
Hold on. If you know you have feeling the energy, if I say arararara, you say ororororo. Arararara. If I say arararara, you say ororororo. Arararara. I'm a logo, Unisoko. Coco is a rore, Tanyogo. Enora on the bell, on the momo, on my ego, on my lolo. Say, we don't like, we don't like to go. If you feel like a cigar, you got to shop better, because you did right now. I'm so cheeky, vodka for the music. No sleeping, no money. Babletti, Gaga, Miami. Hi to your jamo. Yeah. I'm a love line, say, I'm not be lying. Baby, so mommy. Baby, so mommy. Baby, so mommy. Baby, so mommy.
Now, as you guys can see, the show was a disaster, and fans, they did not keep quiet, because fans came out on social media to air their grievances against Asake and the show promoters generally. Here are some series of fan reaction to the poorly organized disaster of an event. You have this fan about this. I really want to emphasize how bad the stampedes were at the Asake Birmingham concert though. Crowd control was a myth. People could have been seriously injured. There were several stampedes going in and some going out too. People fainting on stairs. Someone else wrote, the Asake concert in Birmingham was so bad, he came late, no crowd control, and there was a stampede. Somebody else wrote, Asake in Birmingham was major ass, most underwhelming event I've ever attended. Someone else wrote, people that went to Asake's concert in Birmingham are rating it 0 out of 10. I just hope he performs well in Manchester. Somebody else wrote, I personally enjoyed Asake's performance in Birmingham last night. He gave us a whole hour of music and his energy was 10 out of 10. It's just really unfortunate that the overall management was abysmal, which negatively impacted people's experience. Somebody else wrote, if Asake's Birmingham is anything like Asake London, then I would advise you lots to sell your tickets because, boy, tonight. Someone else wrote, Asake has lost all my respect, was rooting for him so much and loved all his music, but his Birmingham show was an absolute mess from the queuing to being over an hour late to the point his team were booed. So disappointed. Someone else wrote, Asake's Birmingham concert was the worst concert ever. This man didn't come out till 11 p.m. There was a stampede and people were literally fainting up and down. People started leaving because of their safety. The organizers did a very dirty job. Someone else wrote, heard Asake's concert in Birmingham flopped. Shaking my head. That guy need a good management team, else he will go into oblivion. Another person wrote, Asake will do himself some good by improving his stage performance and prioritizing his fans. The feedback from Birmingham, not great. Someone else wrote, you guys had too much hope and hype for Asake, cause what the F? This is another reason why I don't go for shows/concerts. I pay for a ticket and I get to be kept on my feet for hours. I imagine people travel all the way down to Birmingham for the show. Then you have some more series of reactions from fans on social media. You have this fan that wrote, Asake Birmingham, performance 8 out of 10, organization 1 out of 10. The fact that I worked the bar for the Birmingham concert and got a better performance doing mic testing and the dancers practicing than when he eventually came out at 11:20 p.m. Someone else wrote, LOL, apparently Asake hasn't started his performance in Birmingham. It's nearly 11 p.m. Someone else wrote, Asake's Birmingham concert was basically a bad, unorganized uni motive. Even Vep My Flag does a better job with the crying face and laughing emojis. Someone else wrote, Asake Birmingham, worst concert I've ever been to. People literally falling on top of each other. Somebody else wrote, that Asake's performance in Birmingham is ridiculous. Happy waste of 70k to you people. Somebody else just decided to list up all the ridiculousness that happened over at Asake's show. You have this. Okay, where do I start with the Asake concert? 1. There was a significant lack of security and the organization was the worst I have ever experienced. 2. The queuing was a shambles. 3. They never opened the doors till after 8 p.m. 4. The crowds were pushing and people were fainting. 5. Asake did not come out until 10:58. 6. The crowd were fed up and booing. 7. Managed to get on the stage, so I had fun. Someone else wrote, Asake's Birmingham was a complete disaster. At Asake Music, do better. Wasting everyone's time and then not even stopping when people were getting trampled on. Never again, Sha. Someone else wrote, the Asake concert in Birmingham was so bad. He came late, no crowd control, and there was a stampede. So guys, here those are the series of fan complaints from Asake's recent door stop in Birmingham. And guys, tell me what do you think about this particular one. Do you think that Asake is beginning to develop this reputation of having some of the worst concerts? And guys, in the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as turn on post notification and stay tuned for more Afrobeat related entertainment and gist coming at you. I'm out for now, guys. Peace.